they're going to attempt to do here. Oh, my, we've never seen this. We've never seen this. There goes the attitude. Powerbomb Jutsu.
All right, man, we're here. We're back with another guest. We got a good guest over here, man.
Accurate statement.
Yeah, one of the greatest guests, man. Great champion, brand new champion right here. Colt Johnson, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. For those of you that have been living under a rock and don't know who I am the fastest rising star in the Ohio independent professional wrestling scene and soon to be the highest rising star in wrestling. The new PPW Ohio State heavyweight champion, Colt Johnson.
Look at that, man. Big championship vibes, man.
I love it.
I love it, man. It's dope. So just tell us about, like, man, who is Colt Johnson, man? We know we kick ass, man.
Another accurate statement. Who is Colt Johnson? That, my friend, is a loaded question, right? Loaded question right out of the gate. Man, who is Colt Johnson? I mean, it seems a little egotistical to say the best teenage wrestler on the earth, but I don't think that's out of line, personally.
Wait. You just say teenage? How old are you, man?
I am 19 years old.
I did not know you were 19 years old.
Yeah, that shocks a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 years old.
So how long have you been wrestling?
I had my first match September 23rd of 2023. So just over a year.
My goodness, man. You started young.
Yeah, I did. It was, got the opportunity to do so. I said, what are we doing if we're not taking this opportunity? And Obviously it's worked out so far.
Definitely. That's awesome.
So, like, what is your journey? Like, tell us the journey, from where you started to now, like, how much improvement did? Because I watched you from Mega, from, like, the upper comer to now, like, yo, you have so much improvement.
So that whole journey has been, well, just that, a journey. So right when I started, I was a measly 200-pound fat 17-year-old right when I started training, right? And I stepped foot in a wrestling ring, and I kind of thought I understood how the ins and outs worked. Boy, was I wrong. So I immediately, as soon as I stepped foot in the wrestling ring, I said, okay, I really got to lock in on my life. As soon as I figured out that I was going to start training, I started hitting the gym. I started dropping weight. So I got down to about 160. Now I'm building my way back up with muscle. I'm sitting at about 190 right now. I would like that number to get a little bit higher, but the bulk has just started, so we good. But yeah, in terms of the actual wrestling portion, it's night and day. Like, I think a huge part of the improvement over the past year was that Brass Knuckles title reign. That gave me an unbelievable amount of confidence from when I first won the championship to when that championship got stolen from me by the now champion Brazzi Suave, who's going to lose it this Saturday to my boy Vito Mozzarella. That's neither here nor there. So yeah, I think a big part of my growth was just that confidence boost I got when I was on that run last year.
Nice. You're the greatest brass championship of all time too.
Accurate statement. Accurate statement.
It's wonderful. So when you got started, was it a goal to just go to wrestling school, learn the ropes, or was it something where it just fell into your life?
Man, see, I wanted to, when I got into wrestling, my main goal, even before I started wrestling, because I used to be a big baseball guy. When I say a big baseball guy, I used to play baseball. I wasn't a big fan of it. However, fun story. I don't think I've ever told. Oh yeah, no, that's a whole different can of worms. I don't think I've ever told the story on a podcast. So this is y'all got an exclusive here. So, we would play knockout at baseball practice, right? Which is basically you have one of the coaches, probably probably like 100 feet away from you, and then he would like there's like a line of like 50 feet that you could like go across, and they would throw the ball, and you got to like get it, and if you miss the ball, you're eliminated, right? And I didn't really care about this game until they introduced like a championship, right? Like they took one of the kids' WWE championships and like taped it, like they customized it. It looked great. And as soon as they introduced that, I said, I need this in my life. And I got it. It's sitting on my shelf right over there. I still have it.
That's dope.
It's never giving it back.
How did I get off on yeah. So yeah, a big part of my wrestling goals really was to just win gold. I know it's like, oh, whatever, because some people devalue championships for some reason. And I think it's ridiculous that you'll hear, oh, it's just a prop. It's not just a prop. The people that say championships are props not only piss me off, but that tells me that you are not a true champion if you think one of these are just a prop.
You're just a loser, pretty much, you know?
Yes.
And they probably never won one, to tell you the truth.
You're probably right.
My goodness. Nah, man, definitely more than props, man. Championships.
Oh, 100%.
Oh man,
100%.
they're cool, dude.
It's in the name.
Like you're a champion, like you always can say, like, hey, I'm a champion no matter what.
You can always say, I won this. Like, you didn't just give me that. I had to do something.
And
victorious.
I won this thing.
Right.
I won the brass knuckles title. I won this thing 6 hours ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People don't talk about Ric Flair being a 16-time prop holder.
Exactly.
He's a championship holder. You know?
He's the 16, technically, I think like 21 time world champion. You know what I mean?
Probably,
like,
yeah. There's a couple extras in there, yeah, for sure.
1 or 2, you know.
Absolutely. So how did you get involved with Mega? Did you just train there first, or
so prior to me actually getting interested in wrestling, we went to a one-off Mega show, and some of the characters, some of the people that I saw on that first show I was at in the crowd just like really captured my attention. You know what I mean? Like I was already a wrestling fan prior to that for probably 5 years at that point. But I always kind of had the thought in the back of my head of like, man, wouldn't it be cool to be a wrestler? And so eventually what happened was we get just encapsulated by all of these characters and all these people. And then we go on their website to see if they do events. And my dad was like, just as a bit, he was like, yo, I wonder if they'll do your graduation party. Because I was graduating high school pretty soon. And they did. Right? Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is how I got in. This is how I got into Mega. They said, yeah, we'll do your graduation party, and we will also train your kid, who is me, to wrestle at the graduation party. And I was like I couldn't believe it. Like it was like, oh my gosh, it was everything I wanted, and it's just there. I was like, oh, this is crazy. So this literally 10 minutes after I learned that this was taking place, I was like, I gotta go to the gym. I can't be looking like this. You know what I mean? So we hit the gym. I eventually got a routine, and I'm chilling now. But yeah, no, that's the lore behind how Colt Johnson got into it. And then I started training. I just fell in love with the atmosphere, and the people are great.
That's a hell of a graduation gift as well, too.
Yeah, it is.
Like, shit, I graduated from high school, wrestling at my graduation party, and I'm training. Like,
yeah.
That's awesome. Man, whoever came up with the idea to do events, man, they need a raise over there. That's brilliant.
More graduation party wrestling events, man.
Most historic graduation party of all time,
Absolutely.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a baby shower.
Oh man. All right, so I just want to go back to the Brass Knuckles Championship. So, greatest champion ever. Is there a moment that stands out in that reign for you?
There's a lot. I can probably pinpoint down some of the biggest ones.
Okay.
Right out of the gate, obviously, when I won it against Aaron Alloway on Turmoil, that was big for me. That was my first championship at the time. It was a big moment for me. I was hyped. I was like, let's go. And my mindset going, as soon as I won that thing, my mindset was, I want to make this as good as humanly possible. Because at the time, it was generally viewed as like a training championship. And I'm like, I'm just going to see what I can do with this thing. And eventually it grew and grew and grew. And I think that first big, like, okay, there's some traction here moment was the, I would say the match with Gregory Iron. I think it was Breaking Down Barriers last year in like May.
Yeah.
That at that time, that would have been the biggest match in my career. I went out, had a match with him. I was like, okay, this is going somewhere. And then it kept growing and growing and growing. It eventually grew into the issues I had with the owner of Mega, Brandon Xavier.
Yeah.
Settled that in a steel
That
cage.
guy.
Got the dub. Let's go. Single-handedly beat
man.
Brandon Xavier. Retained the
was-
Brass Knuckles
He
title.
was talking was trash before that too.
I know. I
Remember,
know.
he was on here talking trash about you, man. So he gonna teach you a
Hey,
lesson and all that.
hey.
And then
Oh
He didn't
man.
teach me nothing. The only thing he taught me was I could retain a championship and beat bro in a steel cage. That's the only thing I learned out of that. And
Absolutely.
yes. And then after that, I had, I'd say some of my best matches I had with that Brass Knuckles Championship was on Turmoil. I would say some of my best ones were I wrestled RJ Jonesy and Aaron Alloway in a triple threat match. I wrestled RJ Jonesy in a singles match, Chris Onyx, Ashton Day, Butchie B. Those are the ones that stick out in my head right now is like, okay, we're cooking now. And then probably one of the most interesting matches I had during that reign was the barbecue brawl with Cody Gray against Meat and Taters.
yeah, Big Mo and
Oh,
yeah, I remember that. Somebody
And
got hit with a piece of like salami or meat in the
somebody
crowd.
got nailed with a rack of ribs. I love this
Okay, that
story
was
it.
too. Brandon Xavier picks up the rack of ribs. I'm standing right in front of him. He throws it at me. You can see it. It ricochets off my face and hits some little girl in the front row.
Oh
His
my god.
his face on that video
No.
is priceless. And my favorite part about that clip, the little hidden gem, if you go back and watch the clip, you can see the little girl. I don't know if it was her brother or whatever, but she gets nailed right in the face with his rack of ribs. And there's like bones and stuff, so that probably hurt. And she gets nailed, right? Brandon's face is hilarious. And you can see her brother not worry about her sister in peril, right? He goes for the rack of ribs. I go,
Yeah.
he was starving, I guess. I was in immense pain throughout this match, right? Y'all, I'm assuming y'all saw it or saw bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
If I would have seen this take place, I would have died laughing, right? In the middle of a brutal match, I would have lost my mind. I'm so glad I didn't see this take place.
I would have died up on the floor.
It would have been game over.
I'm like, oh, I can't stop laughing.
It would have been
like,
game over.
match over with.
Yeah, like
Goodness.
the ribs, Cody Gray went through a door. I got hip tossed through a cornhole board, which I actually have. It's right over there.
Oh man, keeping all the souvenirs.
Yeah, you got to keep the souvenirs, you know? Yeah, that was a wild match. And then the match with Brazzi Suave is obviously I don't want to say a defining moment, but it kind of is, because that's where I lost it, because Dio stole it from me, but that's neither here nor there. When I had the Miz's dad, George Mazzanin, that's my manager. Yeah.
My
So
goodness,
that was
man.
a cool moment too.
And how'd that come about though, getting Ms. Dad?
This story sounds super made up, but I swear on my life it's true. Here's what happened, right? I don't think I've ever told this story on a podcast either, or on an interview or whatever. So all the exclusives, it's great. We're having a garage sale at my house, right? I'm laying in bed, watching Heels on Netflix. I don't know if y'all have ever watched Heels.
Yeah.
If you haven't, I would recommend it. It's great.
Yeah, big
Great
fans.
show. Great show. Right?
They canceled it after 2 seasons.
Yeah, they did.
Started, man.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, is it really?
Oh, hell yeah.
They said it's coming back.
I don't know. I
Oh,
think it's canceled.
Hopefully, I need to see his ass get up off that ring, man.
yeah. He's probably still there. He's probably
laying
still
there
there.
Like on Ed and Nettie, bro.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
where was I going with that?
Okay, so the grass show.
Oh,
the
Mrs.
grass
Dad. Mrs.
Yeah.
Dad. Okay. So, yeah, I watch the Heels, right? And then I get a text. Come upstairs. The Mrs. Dad is here. I go, I'm sorry. So I'm like, that's interesting. I run upstairs, right? And I'm outside. I'm like, oh, it's just the Mrs. Dad. Just came to our garage sale on a whim, right? And we'd seen him every now and again, just like various places, you know. But yeah, we saw him, we met him, whatever. We were talking for probably 30 minutes, and I gave him a Colt Johnson shirt and hat, and he gave me a bunch of 8x10s. And then
Him or the Miz?
both, and then basically one thing led to another. We were like, hey, would you be interested in doing this thing? We'll find something for you to do. And he was like, yeah. And I mean, one thing led to another, and it was what it was, you know?
You get like all the cool shit
so
happening
crazy.
in wrestling, like from
Yeah.
like the Miz Dad showing up at your house random at a garage sale,
Yeah.
to the graduation party that wants you to
Yeah.
wrestle. Like you have like the coolest wrestling stories so far.
Yeah, no, I've had quite the at just about 2 years. I've had a lot of wild things happen.
Goodness. Man. That's so crazy though.
Like just wake up like, oh shit, the Miz Dad's at my
Oh my gosh, what are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, he was just here. I'm like, oh, that's
Like,
interesting.
Like you trying to get some deals on like some yard sale items, like
Yeah,
I don't care if the Miz Dad, but you still got to pay full price with us.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
hey, ain't no haggling here.
Right.
I know you got money. I know who your kid is.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to training real quick. So we've had a few different guests on the show. Everybody has something that they struggle with. What was the one thing that was the hardest for you to pick up on?
I think the hardest thing for me to pick up on in the beginning was to just kind of go out and just have fun and just be real. You know what I mean? Everybody likes to, I always like to say, anything you hear come out of Colt Johnson's mouth is real now, right? I'm not sitting in the back going, ooh, I should say this, I should say this, I should say this anymore. I just go out there and just feel it when I'm cutting a promo, right? So I think that was something that was really difficult for me to do at the very beginning, to kind of like trust my instinct to be able to go out there and cut like good promos just on the fly. And yeah, I once I started doing that, I started stressing out a lot less, and then I noticed the promos got better than the ones that I did kind of like, I don't want to say predetermined, but like the ones I kind of like thought out in my head prior to like going out there and talk. And then the promos just got like better as I was going out there and just kind of rolling with the punches. And I was like, okay, this is more fun to just do it this way, you know? Cause like, especially with like a live crowd, you never know what's going to happen. Some dude could scream out something ridiculous. It happened today at PPW. It literally happened today. Some dude said something. Dios's, I was wrestling Dio Salvador, and Dios's mic did that thing, you know, where it's like, it like screeches almost.
Oh, like the feedback.
Yeah, the feedback. The mic goes feedback, and I grab the mic immediately and just go, wow, even the mic doesn't like him. It's just like it's little stuff like that you can't plan because it just happens. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I struggled to realize, and then once I realized it, I was like, okay, now we're having fun.
That's cool. So with the live crowd, do you feel like there are certain crowds that you've performed in front of that like really help take the show to a next level?
So I'll give you two answers.
Okay.
I think one crowd that helped me a lot is it sounds weird, but the people that sit in our crowd on Turmoil. Because there's not like a ton of people there, obviously, because it's an enclosed environment.
There's like 6 or some people there.
Yeah.
So that's like the best interaction with them 6 people.
Yes.
You can pick on one
Yes.
person. Like, we went to like one of the old shows years ago, and it was like Ashton Day threw a belt at us, and it hit B.
My goodness.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a cool story.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like the Turmoil crowds because that's another one you just go out there and just kind of feel it. You know what I mean? Because like the live Turmoil crowd loves to just as soon as I pick up a microphone, they just start booing. I'm like, all right, guys, let's settle down. My promos take 10 minutes because 8 of it is them, right? Like I'm like, okay, let me speak here, please.
Right.
And then, honestly, I truly know it's probably going to be like, oh, he's just saying this because Mega's my home promotion, but I don't think there are many better crowds than a Mega crowd at Lorain County Community College. There's just something about it. I don't know if it's that there's just a lot of people or what, or if they're just lively or what, but they always, from what I see, they always bring it. You know what I mean?
They generally like gravitate and love it because like we go there all the time. But just being in there, like they love like a certain wrestler.
Yes.
You can tell like when like Brandon music hit, they love them. Big Mo, they love them. You know, when you hit, they boo you or cheer you. They love you. You know. And like there's one person always with like different crowd signs, constantly always switching up.
Yeah.
And you got a big match coming up Saturday at Mega.
Yeah, I do. That's an accurate statement you said. I got Ricky Shane Page on Saturday night.
That should be fun.
It'll be something.
A little hardcore.
It'll be something, all right.
Carry ice in your back pocket. You might need it.
Hey, you know. But a lot of people have been confused as to why this is taking place because initially I was slated to be in a 4-way match for the Infinity title against Shogun, Ray Bruce, and Tessin Gates. You want to talk about a tall task? Dear God, all those dudes are like 6'2" and above.
Yes.
Right. And yeah, no, but I pulled myself out of that match to challenge Ricky Shane Page for a reason that will become very clear within the next couple days. That's what I will say.
Okay.
I can't wait to see that match. We're gonna be there live in action.
Yeah, we'll be there.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, you're gonna beat Ricky Shane Page anyway, though. So we see.
We
believe me.
Oh my goodness.
You believe in you, man.
Hey, yeah.
hit his ass with a cowbell. That's what you need to do. Choke the shit out of him with the bull.
Hey. Maybe I'll talk to Mike Michaels and I'll borrow it.
Yeah.
I'll borrow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He ain't using it right.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked a lot about how you got started in wrestling, what you've done so far. What is the next goal that you want to accomplish besides beating Ricky Shane Page this weekend?
All right, yeah. Short-term goal, obviously,
Right.
beating Ricky. Prior, if you'd asked me this yesterday, I would have said win more gold, but got that.
Right.
But yeah, I still do want to win more gold. My goal for Mega specifically is I want to be the youngest person to ever held all the championships. Obviously not at the same time, but I want to be the youngest Mega Grand Slam champion ever. That's my goal right now for the medium term.
How many more? Okay, yeah.
That's possible, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, who's your tag team partner, though, if you want to get, like, tag team go? Like,
that's the thing. Well, here's
Yeah,
the
but-
thing, right? I've had kind of testing out tag team partners. You know what I mean? I tagged with RJ Jonesy for a little bit, and I was like, okay, this is fun. That kind of fell through. And now I am in a group known as Bear City Vice with Vito Mozzarella and Norm. So that might be my best bet as of now, but I think I'm going to focus on the singles championships first.
Okay.
And then worry about the tag team titles after. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Smart man.
So you going for like the heavyweight, or just slowly like going for like the Infinity, and then?
In my head, I don't care what the order is.
No, okay. Just,
You know what I mean? I
as long as you get
I
them
just
all.
want all of them. I don't
Okay.
care what the order is.
Oh my goodness, Shogun, watch out, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, he got lucky. I pulled myself out of that match. You know, he got lucky. I was coming for that title. But I had bigger fish to fry, so to speak.
There you go. So once you beat James Page, you're gonna get the recognition. Like, yo, I'm ready for the big title. Give me it.
Exactly.
All right. So, Kearney and Mega, was there any one person that really helped you take a next step forward? Like, who was the guy who really, or girl, could be anyone, really help the gears click into place, so to speak?
So, obviously, we had our issues in the past. We've kind of made up, but kind of haven't, but kind of have. Brandon Xavier, that, and specifically the rivalry I had with him over the summer for that Brass Knuckles title, I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from Cheeseburger, who was my opponent last night. Guys like that. God, it's rough for me to just think of one. Gregory Irons, another big one. D'Lo Brown actually taught me quite a lot when we did his seminar. Yeah, I'd say those are the main ones that stick in my head right now. Oh, and Chris Cole. Chris Cole is another one.
And you've had some run-ins with some.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, man.
to be so young, he got like so much stuff he did, like within like in his shirt term.
That's the beauty of it. Like,
shirt term, like
you got so much else to do, and you did the shit that people
right,
like
like
12 years that he did.
right, and it's like you're only like 19, so you only get even better and better and do even more cool shit over the run. That's like the coolest shit. Like, this is dope. Like, watching you right now is like here, and then you want to probably elevate to even greater from here.
Oh, definitely.
Of
You
course.
on our show. We only interview great.
Smart.
Always
I mean, you're not
tell
gonna interview the people that aren't gonna draw the numbers. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no,
Like,
no.
Oh,
one of
man.
them.
They can plug my
I told him,
laptop charger up. That's what they can do, but they can't do.
I'm like, yo, so like, I told my friends, like, we got to get Colt Johnson on. I'm like, he has it. And then
Yeah,
full circle.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Got
Now
eye
we're
for talent.
here. And now
You
we're
see?
here.
You won championship gold and then came on our show. Like, nobody
Yeah.
ever did that. Nobody ever did that. That's the first time
Same
ever.
day. Same
Same
day.
day. Like, that's a power
Oh,
on
my
first.
That might be that we might have just made history here tonight.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we made history here.
Hey,
Look at
Let's
this.
make history, man.
2025. That's what we about, making history.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, like, what are your goals now for like wrestling this year? Do you have like goals, or just you just go by the like just go and let stuff happens?
A little bit of both. Cause kind of last year I was given opportunities and I just wanted to make the best of those opportunities. And now I would say that's kind of my same mindset, because you kind of can, but you kind of can't make your own opportunities in wrestling. At the end of the day, it's the opportunities that you're given. Now, obviously, you can go out and attempt to make your own opportunities, like I did when I pulled myself out of the match this Saturday and faced Ricochet Page, right? That was an opportunity I fabricated, and obviously it worked. But my philosophy for 2025 and just wrestling in general would be take the opportunities that I'm given and make them the absolute best they can be.
That's some real stuff. I like it. That's a real. We can do that in real life in anything.
Yeah, that could be real life too.
Feel like they go hand in hand when the real life shit equivalates to the wrestling world.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
In and out the ring, maybe. Same shit.
It is.
That's a good way to look at life.
You hear that, you little young rascals listening to this show? Dropping news for y'all.
Yeah. Them young rascals, you know. All them
young chaps is what I like to call them.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been fun though, man. Just tell the people where to find Colt Johnson at.
Where can you find Colt Johnson? You can find me just about anywhere you look. So if for whatever reason I forget my ads here, you could look up Colt Johnson wrestler on Google and I will pop up. So I believe Instagram handle Colt_45_Johnson. TikTok, now that it was banned but not banned, Colt45 Johnson, and Facebook just Colt Johnson. So, and I also YouTube channel just started it up recently. Some of my best matches I throw on there. I'm probably gonna throw the cheeseburger match on there here pretty soon. So yeah, look out for that. Just look up Colt Johnson wrestler on YouTube, and my Brainbuster Tees shop. It is linked in my Facebook. So if y'all want to buy some Colt Johnson merch, Southern Center shirts, I like a Johnson style. What else do I have? I don't shoot blanks. We got an exclusive one of the Unprofessional Egomaniac one that I wore against Brandon Xavier. So yeah, you can find Colt Johnson just about anywhere.
That's right. Follow him, buy merch. We're gonna get a merch.
Yes.
I'm gonna shirt Saturday. There we go.
W. I'll save one for you. One for you.
I get
it. My goodness. Thank you for joining us, Colt.
I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, man.
Well, let me say something to everybody in professional wrestling right now. I have established myself as the original gangster, not the original prankster. I don't rap about it. I don't sing about it.